myself, the Chief of Police, John Awanchu, and the guest is Alderman Kleiner. So we'll turn the meeting over to you, Chief.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. This evening I have a basic agenda, and I would request at the end of the agenda to go into executive session for personnel matters and to conduct a 18-month probationary interview of one of our police officers. Just to start off, I did forward the Commission the April Police Commission meeting minutes for their review. Would the Commission like to discuss them at all? Being no discussion, could I have a motion to accept them as written?
Motion by
Second.
Totally, I'll second it.
Sounds good. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Appreciate that. Statistics for the month of April. We started to see an increase, which is traditional as the weather warms, with call volume. So for the month of April, we handled 2,545 calls for service, which was a 10% increase over the previous month, in which we handled 2,310 calls for service. Part 1 crimes for the month of April. We investigated 37 Part 1 crimes, 6 of which were in the violent category, 31 in the property category. That's a almost 3% increase from the previous month, in which we had 36 Part 1 crimes. So moved up by 1. Not too bad considering the increase in calls. Part 2 crimes for the month, we investigated 113 in comparison to 173 in the previous month, which is a 34, almost 35% decrease. Arrests for the month of April, the department made 220 in comparison to 170 in the previous month. And they issued 238 traffic tickets in comparison to 177 the previous month. Parking tickets for the month, 451 were issued in comparison to 318 the previous month. And out of all of the arrests, 6 of those arrests had some form of use of force associated with it, which equates to 2.7% of total arrests and uses of force. Out of those 6 incidents that involved use of force, 1 of them was pertaining to someone with a mental health disorder. I'm happy to say that for the month of April, we've had no shots fired, which is very good. Would the Commission like to discuss the statistics in any more detail? Questions, concerns, thoughts?
Chief, just the number, because I might have missed what you said. You said that violent total was, if I'm looking correctly, year to date, I'm looking from 24 to 25, and that is not month. Okay.
The month is on the next page. It's month by month. Yeah.
All right. That's what I'm looking at the wrong number. Okay. So, thank you.
Yeah. For the month of April, we had 37 Part 1s in comparison to 36 in March.
Okay.
Out of them, only 6 were in the category of violent, which is the assaults and robberies.
Gotcha.
31 were property.
I just on the wrong page. That's all.
Sorry. Moving forward, our current staffing, police department currently has 6 vacancies. We currently have 69 sworn personnel out of the 75 we're budgeted for. Out of those 69, 2 of them are in field training still. And I have 1 on light duty, and I have 1 who is still out on a long-term illness. Just a couple weeks ago, May 3rd, we held our police officer exam. Civil service conducted that for us. We had 238 potential candidates take the exam on that weekend. We expect the results to be out sometime July, August is what it's been traditionally. So we look forward to getting those results to help fill some of the vacancies. Additionally, we held a physical agility test for the last eligible group of candidates off of our current list, which was the test that occurred in 2022. Those exams, the agility tests, were held on April 26th and May 10th. We ended up with a total of 10 possible candidates. Out of those agility tests, 2 of which are certified police officers, and all of which will proceed through a preliminary background review, and anyone that we feel could be or would be a suitable candidate, we will follow up with a complete and full background investigation. These candidates will be eligible until the results of the new list come out, and these last 10 people exhaust our 2022 list. So once we get them in and start looking through them, we'll have a better idea. People that are not certified, if we have candidates that are come to the commission and are offered employment, they would go to the police academy, which starts in September of 2025, the next academy. Since our last meeting, I was able to bring aboard a full-time dispatcher. She started with us on May 5th, Prestel Chittick, local resident. Seems like a fantastic young lady. We look forward to having her on our team. She's been with us a couple weeks and seems like she's fitting in well. So I welcome her and I'm happy to have her aboard. I was remiss over the last year plus of recognizing the promotions that were made throughout the department, through the commission. So on this coming Tuesday, May 20th, I'll be doing a pinning ceremony at the council meeting, which starts at 7:30 right here in this room. I have five people that were promoted that had not been recognized in the pinning ceremony. That would be Lieutenant Patron, Sergeant Napoli, Detective Gass, Detective Coletti, and Detective Barone. So I've been fortunate enough to get on the agenda for the council meeting. We'll do that first thing and recognize them for their accomplishments. Any thoughts, discussion with staffing?
Did you, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Sean, go ahead.
I just wondered when the new test the list will be available.
So ideally, based on past, it should be like August, September-ish.
Okay, so we'd be in a very small window.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. The good part, I would say, is the two potential people that are certified that just took the agility test were not bound to a police academy timeframe with them.
Mm-hmm.
If they passed the background, passed the interview, so on and so forth, or not, restricted to timeframes with them. It's people that need to go to the police academy to where we have that struggle. So,
Thank you.
Chief, did you say how many passed the agility?
10.
10 out of how many?
So there's 100 and about 20 invited. Not all of them showed up. About 25 showed up.
And only 10 passed.
Yeah.
Jeez.
22 maybe. It was right around there. But yeah, unfortunately. But that's what we've seen consistently from the starts to the ends of the tests.
Okay.
Our last exam, the 2022 exam, we had 400 and some candidates. This time we have 230, I believe, of 38. What did I say? Yeah, 238. According to Mr. Massey.
Is it still sit-ups of the weak point?
Yes, we do lose the majority of the people on the sit-ups. We did lose some people on the run this time, and one that I recall on the push-ups. I try to go to all of these agilities because I like to actually see the
Debbie's
candidates.
locked out.
What's that?
She's locked out.
Oh, run down and open that door.
Oh, can you let her in? Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to see how the candidates perform and how they interact with each other. So I try to make my way to all of those. Any other questions or thoughts, staffing? Training since our last meeting. Members of the department participated in Ghost Guns, the new threat training, recruiting and managing confidential informants, medical examiner death investigation briefing training. And that was it. It was a light month for training, actually. So we're still working through our niche project, our records management system. It's getting better. And I think a telltale sign of that is we're starting to see the productivity of the police officers starting to come back and pick up again because they're becoming more and more comfortable with the system. So that's good. We still have some bugs to work out. Still, we're one of the only 3 departments in the county that are on the platform. The next group will go live in June. And we just continue to work with the project managers to work out the bugs and get it to be usable for our needs. I'm looking to bring in a new project. How are you? So it's in the mental health field, social work field. I've been presented with an opportunity from a local organization. It's actually not too local. It's out of Connecticut. But what it is, it's a program that basically gets social work students from various colleges, social work colleges, and they could be students that are working on their master's or their bachelor's degree. And as part of their capstone project, they go through a process to be vetted and then embedded into local police departments. So myself and my admin team sat with the organizer, Dr. Logan, listened to her, program ideas, her plans, spoke to some of my colleagues that have already done this program. And at the end of the day, there's no obligation to us other than to give someone space in our department and We would take the person on from September to May. As I mentioned, they have to do this as a part of their capstone project for their graduation, so they're here to work. My colleagues that have had them in their organization say they were outstanding, highlighted some stuff, gave some great insight on different things. So we figure it's worth a try. It's 2 to 3 days a week. And all we have to do is give them a space to come in and partner with somebody. So the process, the person that they're looking to put in with us is from Adelphi University out of Long Island. Lives in, I believe, Westchester. And it's nice because we get to be part of the process as well. The doctor and her team sit and speak to us about our needs, our community, and then they take from their candidates and they find someone that they feel would be best suited for our area, our department. She just forwarded me the resume of this gentleman, and they make them do essays and answer a series of questions to see where their mindset is and their focus is. So she just shared all that with me, and now we and my admin has the ability to interview the person as well. They also advise us that if the person, whoever it is embedded in our department, and we find out a little while in, whatever amount of time in, that it's just not working, we just let them know. They exchange that person, we get somebody else. So it seems like there's really no obligation on us, nothing to lose. So I look forward to it. I have, challenges with the mental health system that we deal with some of the stuff, lots of the stuff. So I figured this is an opportunity to maybe find a solution with no real cost to the organization. They have to do reports, presentations, and we will get all that information as well. So I think it would be a beneficial program. Additionally, as part of that, they have a conference. It's a 3-day conference that goes over the program. It's called SWELL, which is Social Work and Law Enforcement, and they collaborate. It's basically generated out of the state of Connecticut. When they went through their reforms in 2020 and 21, they were mandated, police departments were mandated by the government there that they had to embed social workers into the police departments, which born this program. So we're going to go, myself, Stevenson, and Lieutenant Hargett, we're going to go to the conference later this month because we want to, one, learn about what the program is, get a better understanding of it, and have some better knowledge of it. Additionally, if we participate in the program, we have the ability to send police officers to a 1-week they call a social work police academy, which is at the end of August. It's 1 week long where we embed police officers and the social workers together in a training environment to work and grow together. They do some scenario type based training and work together. One of the examples they gave us is a lot of times social workers have no concept of why police use force. So it's an opportunity to do that in a controlled environment and to understand each other's roles and why certain things are done, both on the police end and on the social work end. So my goal would be to send 4 of my police officers and 1 from every squad to that training at no cost to us, other than probably lodging. And then at least they will be the liaison on every single squad to welcome that social worker and to be that conduit. So I'm hoping that the commission would support that.
This would be the first time.
For us, yes. Locally, City of Newburgh has participated in City of Port Jervis. If I'm not mistaken, Port Jervis has done 2 rounds so far. In my initial meeting was a Zoom meeting with Dr. Logan and 3 police departments out of the state of Connecticut, 3 separate departments that have all gone through the program. And they had the same concerns that I did when they started. And they said they were very reluctant at first as well. We'll be doing of a potential candidate and then have that person on board with us sometime in September. So it's called the SWELL Project, SWLE. It's all over. If you want to read about it, it is on the internet. See Dr. Isabel Logan. She is the founder and originator. She's been my point of contact thus far. And I look forward to the opportunity. Our goal is we probably partner with Stevenson, our service coordinator, to be kind of the liaison in our organization, because it sounds like that person would be kind of doing the same things, and having Stevenson is it's gonna work both ways. I think he'll learn from that person and that person will learn from him. And I think it'll be beneficial for us, for the community. I will keep the commission abreast of what goes on there and as we move forward. Our youth leadership, our Spring Youth Leadership Academy is coming to a close. Graduation will be in this room on the 20th, which is Tuesday, 5 p.m. If anybody is able to attend. I spent time with the group last night. Very energetic, very, very energetic. This is one of the younger groups. Most of them are 8th graders, but great program. I asked them a series of questions and I asked them what they would like to see different. And overwhelmingly, and I've heard this from multiple groups, they want more. They want more time, more days of the week, longer opportunities. Says a lot about the program and it says a lot about the kids that are participating. So it's nice to see it. So I did forward the commission a bunch of internal investigations and a bunch of policies that were updated. I don't know if the commission had the opportunity to read through them. So you had the opportunity, if you'd like to talk about them, address them, discuss them, or if you need more time, we'll have more time. Power, yeah. You want personnel complaints? Are we good to move forward with any of those, or the internal investigation ones? There's 7. Yeah. Okay. Is there any that the commission would like to discuss specifically? They're all pretty basic this time. So just for the record purposes, I'm just gonna a brief summary of them all. And if that's okay, if we want to do one by one, we can. If not, we'll do them as a group to accept them. Good? Yeah.
Yes.
So internal investigation, first one is dated February 2nd, 2024, case number 242738. It pertains to damage to police cars 10 and 34, secondary to a vehicle pursuit. After investigation, it was determined there's no violations of departmental policy. Second one is February 7th, 2024, case number 243111. This is a use of force incident involving defendant David Mead. After internal investigation, no violations of departmental policy. February 15, 2024, case number 243871. This is a motor vehicle accident with car 17. Through investigation, it was determined that this was a violation of department policy and was addressed with a verbal warning to the involved officer. Next one would be April 2nd, 2024, case number 248068. Damage to patrol car number 12, secondary to a pursuit with an ATV. After investigation, it was determined no violations of departmental policy. April 17, 2024, case number 2422455. This is damage to a patrol car number 9. After investigation, determined to be no violations of departmental policy. September 24, 2024, case number 2424802. This is in regards to 2 personnel complaints that were made by the same individual alleging harassment and illegal stop. This was originally submitted to the commission. I did send a letter to the complaining party. She then responded with additional information, which was right in line with the initial stuff. So we just did a cover letter adding to it that this is basically the same complaint, just looking for additional. So there's really no new information that we determined. We sat down with her and I didn't get really anything new. The last one is from November 27, 2024, case number 2429940, a personnel complaint alleging illegal stop and arrest by Mr. Gary McWhite. After investigation, it was determined the officer's actions were found to be exonerated, which means that what he did was lawful and just. But throughout that investigation, we also identified an issue that there's a lack of signage in certain areas. So we are addressing that with DPW to correct that for future incidents. So they were the ones that I forwarded. Would you like to discuss anything in more detail?
Any questions?
Question? Go ahead, ma'am. I have, hold on, I can tell you exactly. That's where it fled, but it did start. West Main. Yeah, started at West Main. We went through the downtown area, Linden, Wickham, west on Wickham, up Grew, Linden Place, so onto Highland Ave. Highland near the intersection of Wickham. And looks like it goes from there north on Highland, went up through Presidential, and then to the back of Davidge Park. So it seemed like it was on the northern side of Highland. Any other questions? Being no further questions or discussion, could I have a motion to accept those internal investigations as written? I have a motion by Commissioner Mills, second by Commissioner Cantoli. All in favor?
Aye.
Appreciate that. Next, I did forward the commission a total of 17 policy updates. All of them are very minor. The blue font helps direct the attention to them. Again, these are, for the most part, these are updates coming from the company that we hired to manage that program. Would the commission like to discuss any of them? Questions, concerns, straightforward?
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Being no questions or concerns, I'm just going to read them for the record. So the policies that have been updated are policy 302, handcuffing and restraints. Policy 321, information technology use. Policy 322, department use of social media. 332, limited English proficiency services. 410, emergency admissions. 422, mobile data terminal usage. 428, medical aid and response. 703, vehicle use. 805, protected information. 808, CGIS access, maintenance and security. 809, police service coordinator, police social work program. 900, temporary custody. 902, custodial searches. 904, transporting persons in custody. 1002, special assignments and promotions. 1010, personnel complaints. 1011, safety belts. Questions, thoughts, concerns? Being no questions, discussion, thoughts, could I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Yes.
Appreciate that. Thank you. We'll get them out to the staff. Other than a few items for executive session, I have nothing else on my agenda this evening unless the commission has anything they would like to discuss.
Okay, motion to go into executive session. Second by Mr. Cantoli. All in favor? Aye.
Moving into executive session, 4:53 for personnel matters.
Please be advised this ends the public portion of today's meeting. Thank you.